Hey there, Life Editors! Welcome to our next session in the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat. Thank you so much for joining me today. Woohoo! We are plowing right along. I hope you liked session 1, where we dived into the life editing process and you came up with 5 different edits for each one of the steps. Now, remember to fill out your workbook as we go along because we're going to be using all of your notes later on during the retreat. All right, for those of you who are new, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Sage Grayson, and I'm a former book editor turned life coach. And I help ambitious women edit their habits, routines, and mindsets to balance their happiness at work and home. I'm a life editor, and so are you. So during the Life Editor Weekend Retreat, we are going to be talking about productivity, motivation, business strategy, self-care, and so much more. And I want to make sure that you already downloaded your Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat workbook. There is a link in the description where you can download your workbook if you haven't done so already. Please make sure you do this because this is a really good way to keep track of all of your notes, especially when we're making your 12-week plan in a little bit. All right, so in this session, we are talking about 7 essential habits for your most productive year ever. Oh yes, 2022 is going to be your most productive year ever. I guarantee it, especially if you follow the habits that we're going to be talking about during this session. Now, before we get going, I want to let you know that every single session during the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat has a giveaway attached to it. So we got 5 giveaways going on. And the giveaway for this session is for the Edit My Life Planner. Let me hold it up for you guys. This is my beautiful Edit My Life Planner. And the giveaway for this planner is going on right now in this session. So whether you are watching this live or you are watching the replay, go ahead and simply like this video and leave a comment, and you'll be entered to win the giveaway for the Edit My Life Planner. So the Edit My Life Planner is a quick planner and mini course bundle to help you stop procrastinating on your biggest goals and get results fast. So it is all about creating a 12-week plan, and it goes into much more detail than I can do during the retreat. And it will help you use your time better and get more done. So if you want to be entered to win the Edit My Life Planner, remember to like this video and leave a comment. Okay, so before we get started, make sure you have a notebook or a planner and, of course, your Life Editor Weekend workbook. All right, 7 essential habits for your most productive year ever. What could those be? Well, first, before we dive into the habits, let's talk about what does it mean to be productive? What does it mean to be productive? I want you to think about, what does productivity mean to you? When you hear productivity, what does that spark in you? Leave a comment and let me know. What does it mean to be productive? What does that mean? Well, you might think it means getting stuff done. Getting stuff done. That is certainly what we think of when we think about productivity. I'm getting stuff done. But I want to challenge you, and I do challenge my clients too. Are you getting the right stuff done? Are you getting the right stuff done? Or maybe you're doing things, you're doing busy work, but it doesn't really add value to your life, or it doesn't get you closer to your goals. Maybe you're answering a lot of emails, but not doing like your genius work. Or maybe you're scrolling through social media and kind of goofing off, and you're like, oh, well, I have to be on social media for my business. But do you? I don't know. Or maybe you think you are spending quality time with your loved ones, but you're not really talking and you both are just looking at your phones the whole time. I don't know. So maybe you are getting things done, but are they the right things? Are they leading to your goals? So I like to say that productivity is getting tasks done that are directly related to your goals. Getting tasks done that are directly related to your goals. So think about what your biggest goal is right now. Maybe that's getting healthy and losing some weight. Does everything that you're doing, do all the tasks that you do throughout the day lead to that goal? Like, are you meal planning and prepping? Are you getting some exercise? Are you leading yourself towards that goal? Or are some of the things you're doing undermining you? For me, as a business owner, my biggest goal is almost always an income goal. Like, I need to earn X amount of money this year, or whatever it might be. And we're going to talk about income goals later in another session. But for me, when I'm looking at my to-do list and what I need to do today, I always focus on the things that are closest to earning money. What's the thing closest to earning money? Is it Playing around on social media? Probably not. It's probably sending an email with an offer to people who could buy it. So think about that, getting tasks done that are directly related to your goals. And then also, I would say that productivity is feeling confident and capable of doing hard things. Feeling confident and capable of doing hard things. Because here's the thing, when you start checking off things that actually matter in your life and you start getting things done, it's going to really increase your confidence. You're going to feel so much better, like, wow, I could do that. It was hard, or I was scared to do it, but I did it. And that's going to make you feel more confident and capable going forward so that you can do harder things. Like, I think back to when I started my business 10 years ago, and I thought it would be like completely unobtainable to host a retreat or to do any kind of live event. But then I slowly did things to make myself feel more confident. I published written blog posts, and then I started doing video posts, and then I started branching out and having more and more clients. And then I raised my prices and earned more money. And then it started becoming like, maybe I can do live events. Maybe I can host retreats. And then I was able to do it. And it's kind of like the same for everything that you do. You're going to start off really small. And the more confident, the more you're able to reach those smaller goals, the more confident you'll feel, the more capable you'll feel to do bigger, harder things. That's how I feel like productivity can really work in your life. Okay. So that's what we think productivity is. Leave a comment if you have another definition of what productivity is to you. All right. Let's talk about what productivity is not. Because productivity is a lot of things, but it's also not a lot of things too. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions about what productivity really is. Productivity is not hustle culture. You know what I'm talking about. The go, 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 go all the time. Like, you've got to get stuff done. You got to get stuff done. Where you have to be productive and doing something meaningful every single second of your life. That is not sustainable. That's a good way to give yourself a heart attack. Let's be real here. Hustle culture can be really, really toxic, where people feel like, oh, if you're not doing this thing, or if you're not doing that, or if you're not working 16-hour days, well, you're failing everything. And that's just not true. That's not what productivity is. Again, we're doing things that lead to your goals, but we're not doing them 24/7. We're not engaging in that hustle culture. We're not trying to fill every waking second with something productive. Productivity is also not shaming yourself if you don't reach your goals. Oh boy, I know a lot of people who are so hard on themselves that if they don't reach their goals, or if they fall short in some way, or if other people don't reach their goals, they like to point it out and be like, you didn't reach your weight loss goal, did you? You didn't reach your income goal, did you? And that's a really, really cruel way to think about goal setting, is to shame yourself if you don't reach your goals. It's not a good way to think about life. If you're putting yourself down, if you're not reaching your goals, does that make you want to do more? No, probably not. When you don't reach your goals, you need compassion and love and a new strategy. You don't need to shame yourself because you didn't reach something. That's not productivity. Productivity is also not rigidly sticking to your goals, even when your priorities or projects or situations change. So we've talked about this before, about how your life is always changing and you have to give yourself permission to be flexible and edit things as you go along. But some people think like, if you're going to be productive, you choose your goals and you stick to them no matter what. And that is not a good way to think about productivity. That is not being productive. My clients who reach their goals and feel good about themselves and achieve more than anyone else, they give themselves permission to change up their plans as they go along. They don't stick to their goal no matter what. That's a good way, like, not to be productive, because what if your situation changes, or you get sick, or you move, or you change jobs or something? Then your goals have to change with you. All right, so that's what productivity is, what productivity is not. But how can habits help us be more productive? How can habits help us be more productive? If you have a habit that helps you get more stuff done without burning out, without feeling stressed, leave a comment and let me know. Remember, for this session, if you like this video and leave a comment, you'll be entered to win, in the giveaway for my Edit My Life planner. All right, so how can habits help us? Now, a habit is anything, any action that you do automatically. You don't have to think about a habit, you just do it. So they are ingrained into your routine. You're on autopilot when you are doing a habit. So getting up in the morning and brushing your teeth, that's a habit. Do you have to think about brushing your teeth? No, you've probably been doing it for decades and it's just a part of your routine. You wake up and you brush your teeth. That's just what you do. But you could have other habits too, like the moment you're done with your work, you sit on the couch, you collapse on the couch, and you just watch a whole bunch of TV for hours and hours. That's another habit. You don't have to think about it. You're on autopilot, and it's just ingrained into your routine. So habits can be good, they can be bad, or they can be indifferent. I bet you have a lot of habits that don't actually do anything in your life. They're not good for you, they're not bad for you. It's just something you've always done and you just do it that way. I know a lot of corporations and businesses just kind of get stuck in that routine of, well, this is how we've always done it, so we're going to keep doing it this way. And that's not really a good way to look at habits. Good habits, on the other hand, make it easier to reach your goal. When you have good habits in place, they support your goals. They make it easier to reach your goals because you're not thinking about them all the time. And you're not going to sabotage yourself with laziness or apathy when you have those good habits in place. Does that make sense? So good habits that lead you to your goals can help you be more productive. So we want to establish those good habits so we can get there. All right. Now we're going to talk about 7 essential habits that can help you have the most productive year ever. So I know we were talking about before about how maybe you struggled this year or you had a lot of challenges, and that's okay. We're going to create some new habits and get in the right frame of mind so that next year you can be ultra productive and you can feel really, really good about what you achieve. Now, these 7 habits that I'm going to go through, and you've got your workbook out and you can write the 7 habits here. And then you've got a spot where you can have your action steps for implementing these habits. These habits can be adjusted and edited to fit your life and your specific goals. So someone else might have a business goal while you might have a health goal, or someone else might have like a financial goal, or someone else might have a relationship goal, whatever it is. You can edit these habits to fit you and your life. So don't feel like you have to oh, someone else has a money goal, so I need a money goal. No, you pick whatever goals work for you and then incorporate these habits into your life. Okay, so 7 habits for your most productive year ever. Number 1, I want you to choose fewer goals. Number 1, choose fewer goals. Wait a minute, Sage, I thought we were going to be super productive. So does that mean I can have more goals? No, actually that means you need fewer goals if you want to be more productive. And the reason is that you will be so much happier by choosing 1 to 3 goals for your next 12-week plan than having 10 goals and kind of half-assing all of them. Yes, I know a lot of clients, when they start working with me, the first thing they do is I've got these 12 things, I've got these 10 things that I want to do. They have so many goals right at the start. And sometimes I'm like, okay, well, you're going to learn. Let's just go with those goals. But sometimes I'm able to talk them down to just choosing 1 to 3 goals. And we're going to go more into this in the last session when we do your 12-week plan. But here's the thing. I want you to think about your life as being a boutique, not a big box store. I know you've heard this before. So what's a big box store? A big box store is like Walmart or Target, where they do thousands of different things. You can get your produce, you can get clothes, you can get auto parts, you can get medicine, you can get anything you possibly want in a big box store. But they do everything kind of half-assed. It's all kind of meh. Are you going to find the best produce at a big box store? No, you'll find better stuff at a farmer's market or a specific grocery store. Are you going to find the best clothes at a big box store? No, you're going to find cheap stuff. So that's the thing. They do everything, but they do it all kind of not so great. As opposed to a boutique store does 1 or 2 things. That's it, but they do them really, really well. So I want you to treat your life like a boutique. So a boutique might sell just beautiful cocktail dresses, and that's the only thing that they sell. They're not selling grocery store stuff. They're not selling auto parts. They're just selling beautiful dresses, but they do it exceptionally well. So think about your life like a boutique. How can you choose just 1 to 3 goals and really, really rock them out? And maybe achieve more than you could if you were dividing your attention among 10 different goals. So that is habit number 1, is to choose fewer goals. We're going to get more into that during our last session. Leave a comment and let me know. Have you ever purposefully decided to choose fewer goals? And did that work for you? Or did you feel like you were missing out because you didn't choose 10 goals during a season or whatever it is? Remember, like this video and leave a comment to enter the giveaway for this session, which is a copy of the Edit My Life Planner video and bundle. All right, we ready? Second habit for your most productive year ever is to stay grateful and mindful. Oh yes, you know some of these habits relate to my life editing process. So I want you to be thankful for what you have and all of the resources that you have right now, all of the privileges that you have right now, and use those things instead of brooding about everything you don't have. So what things do you have right now? What resources do you have right now that you can be thankful for and use up and feel good about, rather than lamenting about how far you have to go? So number 2 is to stay grateful and mindful. So you're going to be more productive if you use what you have. Think about it this way. Like, I have clients, lovely clients, who I try to get them to record videos for their business, especially if they've got like a product-based business and they need to show it off, or if they're a coach or a trainer of some kind and they are literally their product, they should definitely be doing videos. But it can be hard to get them to do videos if they're not appreciating where they are right now. So if they think they have to buy some kind of fancy camera to record their videos, or they need really big lights or a really cute outfit to do their videos, and they keep putting off their goals of not doing videos because they feel like they don't have the resources or they're not where they want to be. If you watch some of my old videos, they were pretty rough. But here's the thing, I was still earning money when I had those rough, weird videos. I didn't have a good camera. I didn't know how to edit videos. So my videos are just one enormous long take with no editing. And they were good enough. I was still earning money. I was still getting clients. I was still growing my business by accepting where I was and being grateful for where I was at and using what I had. So thinking about your life, what resources, privileges, and things do you have right now that can elevate you without you having to wait until you to get to some other level, whatever it might be? So maybe you can't afford a gym membership. Can you exercise in your house? Can you watch free videos on YouTube and do those exercises at home? Yeah, you absolutely could. Or let's say you don't have enough money to pay off your debt right now. Well, can you start small? Can you lower your grocery bills every week? Can you delete some of the apps you're not using? Even if it's only saving you like $5 a week, that's still something. That's still something. All right. So number 2 is to stay mindful and grateful about what you have right now and use it to your advantage to be more productive. You can get stuff done using what you have right now. Leave a comment and let me know. What are you grateful for right now? What are you using right now that maybe isn't perfect, maybe isn't where you want to be, maybe isn't like the 100% version of what you want, but you're still able to move forward on your goals using what you have? Okay. Third habit for your most productive year ever is to respect your time. Respect your time. This one is especially difficult for my clients because we all think we have so much more time than we have, but we don't. We have a lot less time than we have. For those of you who have done something called a time budget, this is 100% like relevant to you. You totally get this. And we're going to be doing a time budget in the last session today. So when you respect your time and you realize, okay, I don't have a million hours, I don't have days and days and days to do what I want to do, and you respect the time that you do have, you'll be more productive. You won't waste your time. You won't be focusing on things that don't actually lead you to your goals. So let's say you think, okay, let's say you actually do a time budget and you look at your budget and you only have 1 hour a day, 1 hour per day to work on your goals. Well, are you going to be wasting that hour playing video games? Are you going to waste that hour scrolling through social media? No, you're going to use that hour because that's the only hour you have. But you really have to look at your time and respect your time in order to get those things done. Let me know, have you ever been surprised looking back and realized that you had much, much less time than you thought? Or have you ever been ashamed about how you use your time? I know plenty of people who look back over their past 12-week plans and they're like, oh, if I didn't if I didn't watch so much TV, if I didn't goof off on social media, if I didn't waste time doing X, Y, or Z, I could have actually reached my goal. I know a lot of people look back and they're like, oh, if I got my stuff together, I could have earned X amount of money, or I could have paid off my debt, or I could have gone on vacation, or I could have lost that weight if I stopped doing the things that aren't actually leading me to my goals. So you're going to reach your goals so much faster when you respect your time and when you use the time that you had. Just like we were talking about respecting the resources that you have, you got to respect the time that you have. So that's number 3. So respect the time that you have. Number 4, kind of related to that, is I want you to front load your day. Front load your day. And this means doing your most important tasks, or eating that frog, as they say. Do I have that book? I do have that book. This is a great book. I'll be talking about it too. It's Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And this is all about doing your scariest, most frightening tasks first thing in the morning, or eating your frog first thing in the morning, so that it's not hanging over your head all day long. So front loading your day, putting your most important tasks right in the morning, is going to help you be more productive. And here's the thing. It doesn't matter if your days start at 5 in the morning, like mine do, or if your days start at noon. Whenever your day begins, that's when you need to front load your day with your most important tasks. Here's the thing. You might think, oh, well, I don't need to do my most important task first thing in the morning. I can do it in the afternoon, or I can do it later when the kids are asleep, or something like that. But during the day, things are going to pop up. Things are always going to pop up. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be emergencies. You might think, oh, I can do my report this afternoon, but then your kid gets sick or needs to be driven across town or something like that. Or maybe your laptop just stops working. This has certainly happened to me before, where certain sites that I rely on for my business just go down, just stop working. And then what am I going to do? Or maybe something else happens, like you need to use that time for something else. And then what are you going to do? You don't get that thing done, and then you look unprofessional, or whatever it might be. Or you say oh, I want to lose weight, but instead of exercising in the morning or meal planning and prepping in the morning, you wait until the afternoon when you're tired and exhausted and you just want to sit on the couch. But if you front load your day with your most important tasks, then they are guaranteed to get done. And I want you to get your stuff done. So whenever your day starts, whether it's 5 in the morning or noon or whatever, whenever your day starts, front load it with your most important tasks. That's how you're going to be productive next year. Okay. Number 5, kind of related to that, is I want you to expect obstacles and delays. Always expect obstacles and delays. It is extremely rare for one of my clients, or for even me, to create my 12-week plan and then not edit it at some point or not move things around at some point, because things are always changing. A situation might happen and then you have to change it. Like how last year I couldn't do live retreats, so I had to shift my income around, and now I'm doing virtual retreats. Or maybe you thought you were going to be able to do something one way, and then, I don't know, you lost your job, or someone got sick, or your house burned down, or whatever it is. There's always going to be obstacles and delays. So I want you to not be surprised by them, but kind of expect them and plan for them. I want you to, one way to do this is to choose really big goals. Now, remember, we just talked about choosing 1 to 3 goals, which is good, but make sure those 1 to 3 goals are big and you are stretching yourself with those goals. And the reason we do this, the reason we choose big goals, is because if you reach your big goals, awesome, you surprised yourself and you're going to feel even more confident and capable. But if you don't reach those goals, you'll be much further along than if you had chosen wimpy goals or whatever it might be. So we're going to talk about this in another session, but I want you to choose, if you are a business owner, I want you to try to earn $100,000 in a year. I want you to have a 6-figure year, because that's going to push you. You're going to do different things if you're trying to earn $100,000 a year than if you were only trying to earn $30,000 a year. Or let's say you're trying to lose, 30 pounds. You're going to do things differently than if you were only trying to lose 5 pounds. So that's why we choose really big stretch goals. And then if you do encounter any obstacles or delays, you're okay because you're much farther along than if you had chosen a small goal. All right, Joelle says, why do you do 12-week plans? Oh, yes. Okay, so we're actually having a whole other session where we're planning out your 12-week plan. But one of the reasons that I do 12-week plans with my clients and with myself, I've been doing 12-week plans for, I don't know, maybe 9 years now, 8 or 9 years now. And I am much more productive than when I used to do big annual plans. With a 12-week plan, everything is shortened up. It's short enough to feel urgent, like you've only got so much time, but it's also long enough to get sustained results. So in 12 weeks, 3 months, 90 days, it's all the same. You're going to see those good habits start to stick. You're going to see an increase in your income. You're going to see weight loss. So 3 months, 12 weeks, that's enough time to see results, but it's short enough to feel urgent. And most of us can picture where we're going to be 12 weeks from now, but it's a little harder to think about where you're going to be 12 months from now. That's too long of a time. So I've gotten my clients into the habit of doing 12-week plans every season rather than a full year plan. You've probably seen people do this before where they create a year plan. Maybe you do it in January with your New Year's resolution, and you give yourself the entire year to reach that goal, the entire year to lose weight, the entire year to pay off debt, the entire year to grow your business, the entire year to find love, whatever your goal is. And then it becomes November and December, and you're like, oops, I guess I didn't do my goal. There's no urgency. It's too big of a time. It's overwhelming. So that's why we tighten it all up into 12-week plans for urgency, and you're going to see more sustained results. It makes it a lot easier to get through those big goals if you chunk them down into 12 weeks. Joelle also says, I work in 2-month cycles because I publish 6 books a year. Yeah, that's great. 2 months is definitely short enough time to feel urgent, but long enough to see results. So if that works for you, keep up with your 2-month cycle. I love it that you're publishing books 6 times a year. That's amazing. You guys know this. Many of my clients are writers because I'm a former book editor. I just kind of like attract writers. Perfect. Yeah. So whatever works for you, but I definitely recommend a tighter, smaller plan rather than a great big year-long plan. All right. Number 6 habit to get you to have your most productive year ever is to honor your physical, mental, and emotional health. Yes, we are talking about self-care. You're not going to be productive unless you have proper self-care. So I want you to balance your days with work and play and sleep. So work, play, and sleep. I've talked about this before in several different videos, but the ideal way that I like to structure my day, and it might not work for you, but the way that I like to structure my day is 8 hours of sleep plus 8 hours of play plus 8 hours of work. That equals a 24-hour day. So what does that mean? Well, play, anything that's play, is something that gives me energy. It recharges my batteries. It fills me up. Anything that is work, it might still be fun, but it definitely drains my energy. It's something that afterwards I feel a little bit more depleted. And then sleep, of course, is where I recharge and refresh everything. So if I can balance my day with equal parts play, things that give me energy, and then things that drain my energy, I don't feel so burned out by the end of the day. I don't feel so stressed or depleted. So that's how I like to balance my day. And that doesn't mean that I'm working for 8 hours a day, but I might be doing things that deplete my energy, like cleaning the house or having a difficult conversation or something like that, or organizing files or whatever. That might be under work. And play doesn't mean I'm like literally outside doing cartwheels or whatever, but it might be doing other things that fill me up and give me energy, like reading or spending time with my dog. Let me know how you like to balance your self-care and your work every single day. But I want you to take regular breaks. And I also want you to allow yourself to be vulnerable and imperfect. That is definitely a part of self-care, is being vulnerable, imperfect, and allowing yourself to be a human being. And this is kind of related to doing your work, is that sometimes people will like not do their work because they're ashamed of who they are, or they don't want to be vulnerable, or they feel like they don't live up to somebody else's expectations. I feel that way too. A lot of times I'm like, I don't want to like be on camera because I'm like, I don't know, my hair looks weird, or I have like weird clothes on, or whatever it might be. Or maybe you feel vulnerable about certain aspects of you. But most people don't realize those things, or they're not even looking at those things. They just want the information. They just want whatever it is you're providing, the solutions you're providing, and they're not getting caught up in the things that you're thinking about in your head. All right, we are almost there. I want to make sure that you are also writing down these 7 habits in your workbook. We got one more. You'll probably guess what it is. I want you to ask for help. Ask for help. This habit is going to boost your productivity so much next year instead of trying to do everything yourself. You do not need to do everything on your own. I have clients who come to me and they're like, well, I don't know how to do Facebook ads. I don't know how to set up a website. I don't know how to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, well, does your business have to do anything with website design? No. Does your business have to do with anything about Facebook ads? No. Well, why would you know those things? Why would you need to know those things? You are not expected to know everything in the world. So ask for help. Do those Google searches, do those YouTube searches, find a mentor, find a mastermind group like Life Editor Academy, find a coach. Lean on people who know more than you. Take classes, learn a new skill, whatever it is. Ask for help wherever you're struggling or wherever you're getting stuck. I can't even tell you how many people I see work on their goal and they'll come to a point where they don't know the answer and they'll just completely stop and freeze up. Like they won't know whatever it is. How should I pay off debt? How do I start investing? How do I lose weight when I have XYZ issue? How do I earn money from my business? Whatever it is, they get to a point where they don't know the answer and they just freeze. And I just want to like take them by the shoulders and be like, do a Google search. Like, even if you don't find the exact answer, at least you're being proactive and you're doing something rather than staying frozen in your ignorance. That's not helpful. That's not going to help you be productive. That's not going to get you closer to your goals. So I would like to offer you the opportunity to join Life Editor Academy. If there's any goal that you're working on, that maybe you've had the same goal for years and years and years, and you're just not making progress. Think about how much more progress you could make, how much more productive you could be, how you could rock out those goals and finally reach them if you had more support, if you had a coach who is helping you every week, if you had a group of like-minded go-getters who are all working on their own goals and all supporting each other. What if you had people who had more knowledge than you that could help you get to the next level faster than you struggling on your own? Or at the very least, it would be a sounding board that you could talk about your ideas and struggles with instead of brooding about them and freezing up. I cannot stress to you how important it is to have some kind of group of support. Again, going back to your foundation, have some kind of support, have some kind of mentorship or mastermind group helping you along the way so you don't have to do everything on your own. All right. Open up your workbook. Let's recap these habits that we got. We got 7 habits that are going to help you have your most productive year ever. So let's go through them one at a time. We got choose fewer goals. You'll be happier with fewer goals. Number 2 is to stay grateful and mindful. And number 3 is to respect your time, even if it's not as much time as you want. 4 is to front load your day with your most important tasks. Whenever you start your day, front load your day. 5, expect delays and obstacles, but that's a good reason to choose stretch goals. Number 6 is to honor your physical, mental, and emotional health. And number 7 is to ask for help. Woo! Leave a comment and let me know which one of these habits is resonating most with you. And then I also want to know, how are you going to implement these habits into your day? So if you're going to ask for help, what are you going to do for ask for help? Are you going to start Googling more things? Are you going to join Life Editor Academy? How are you going to honor your mental and emotional health? Are you going to add a new hobby into your day? Are you going to take more breaks? How are you going to stay grateful and mindful? Are you going to do some kind of gratitude practice? Let me know how you're implementing these habits. And there's a spot in your workbook where you can write down your next steps for implementing these habits. So don't just write down those habits, but not make a plan to actually do them. I want you to actually choose how you're going to implement them and then write those things into your planner. All right. So for this session, I am giving away a copy of the Edit My Life Planner mini video course and bundle. So the Edit My Life Planner is going to help you stop procrastinating and reach your goals faster than ever before. It comes with 2 printable planners, a daily one and a weekly one, plus 5 days of video classes to help you feel good about making goals. So we're going to talk about the differences between goals, projects, and tasks, how to do a time budget, how to use your goals parking lot, all sorts of stuff. So if you want to enter this giveaway, make sure to like this video and leave a comment, and you'll be entered into the giveaway for the Edit My Life Planner. All right, like I said before, this Life Editor Weekend virtual retreat is our kickoff celebration for my Life Editor Academy Mastermind group. And I've got another video to show you for more information about Life Editor Academy and some great testimonials.
I'm Sam. I'm from South Carolina, and I am a member of Sage's Life Editor Academy. The Academy is everything. It includes the retreats, the online support. We get to talk to Sage and all of the other Academy women as often as we want. We've all really connected well, and that's probably the best part of the whole thing. I joined the Academy, first of all, because I was just drawn to Sage's personality, and then it became about what I could do for myself. I figured investing in myself was fantastic way to start a new period in my life, and this was the best way to do it. The very first thing we talked about in January when we started the whole Life Editor Academy was planning. And I have never been a great planner. Implementing little steps to get to a larger goal. These little mini habits that she talks about. Do whatever you can to get the biggest win. Even if that just means one tiny little thing each day, at least you're moving a step forward.
When you have complete strangers that become your besties, it's awesome. And we're all about supporting each other in our goals. We have like accountability partners each month, and it's just awesome because we're supporting each other and facilitating each other towards like being our better selves.
So I'm Heather Hardiman, and I provide cooking services for Sage at her retreats. I also provide yoga. The yoga that I help and I bring to the women is a combination of hatha yoga and physical therapy. It's functional yoga instruction. I like to think of myself as a nourishment coach, right? It's kind of the best way to put it because it's about your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I think sometimes food takes on this meaning. Sometimes it can be a substitute for emotions, right? And that's just kind of part of our culture. And so knowing that and knowing the importance that we place on food, I try to bring that infusion with everything I make. She's nourishing folks' minds, and she's helping them edit and simplify and make their lives more powerful, their businesses more structured, themselves better, right? So then I get to come in and I get to nurture the soul and the spirit and then the food. So I love that I have this opportunity to work with her.
I joined Life Editor Academy because I needed to understand me. We've been down in Orlando for 7 months. So before this, I resided in the Chicagoland area. And I needed to get a better understanding of me and to build a network of supportive women that would support me as I grew both professionally and personally. It started out as a business endeavor. Now it is shifting to more personal while I'm building the business. So it's kind of the beauty is with the program, you can go either way. So right now I'm more working personally and will shift professionally shortly. It's just such a blessing to be a part of this, and I'm thankful for that.
I can tell you that when I made the decision to join the Academy, it was a very hard decision. It required a lot of commitment, but in the end, I think it's the best thing I've done. It's the best thing I've done.
So what I love about Sage is that her confidence and her energy is so contagious that even though we only do Skype meetings most of the time, you can still feel it permeating off of the screen onto your like own outlook and perspective for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks before we see each other again. I actually didn't meet her in person until Life Editor Academy. I needed really a marathon runner, and she's very good at going at the pace you need her to go at. She's very good at just saying, okay, what do you need? And then I say, I have no idea. And then we brainstorm about that for a minute. Everyone brags about getting their goals done very quickly with her, but I highly recommend if you need something that's a long-term goal setting. She does that so well.
I think she's funny, and I think she's warm and caring. I think that what you see is what you get with Sage.
She's definitely life-changing because she's making sure that not only are you able to do everything yourself and independently, she's not a crutch. That's the thing. People say that coaches are crutches, or that there are people that, you know, you have to go to for everything. What she's doing is she's giving you an independent version.
I respect her a lot. She's got a lot of passion around what she does. And that's one of the reasons that I'm drawn to her, is the passion about what she does and the authentic nature of how she approaches these things. Everything she does comes from a place of affection and caring. If you are ready to make that commitment, you're ready to take your business to the next level, you're ready to get rid of things that aren't serving you for your highest and greatest good, if you are wanting that next rung and whatever that transformation is for you, then you need to hire her. And if you want to put your toe in the water, then subscribe to her clubhouse, watch her podcasts, take a little step in, do the little kiddie pool swim around, right? She's got all these wonderful tools and planners and these great ways to kind of, I don't know, temperature check, right? Get your temperature check, and when you're ready to dive in, she'll be there with floaties.
You know, she's got an energy that's contagious. No matter how much you may feel like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like dancing around, by the time you get done watching her, you're right there joining her with us. So she's got a compassionate heart. She's got an energy that's contagious. But more importantly, she wants you to succeed, but it's authentic and it's real. And you feel that from her, and not just some sales pitch, but she's real about it. One thing I've learned is, number one, tomorrow's not promised. Number two, you owe it to yourself. No matter what issues life has dealt you, no matter what situation you're going through, with the support of Sage and the other women in the Academy, you'd feel invincible. And there's nothing you can do, because you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that somebody's got your back. I have become very close friends with several of the women, and I have also picked up several business clients as a result of this Academy. If I had to pick one word in how working with Sage has helped me, it has transformed my life, because it's allowed me to see me for me and not the me that other people want to see.
All right. I hope you liked that short video with some testimonials from former Academy members. So like I mentioned, this Life Editor Weekend virtual retreat is our kickoff celebration for my Life Editor Academy Mastermind group. It's a 5-month mastermind group that is the best of both worlds. You're going to get private one-on-one coaching with me, plus group coaching with your Life Editor sisters. We've got virtual retreats, and we've got group calls, and we've got book club and a movie club. We've got a whole portal that's got all of our videos and worksheets that are exclusive to the Academy. So there's so much involved in Life Editor Academy, and I would love for you to join us. So let me pop this up here. We are now accepting applications for Life Editor Academy, and I've got the link right here on the page. And you can also click the link in the description below to apply now for Life Editor Academy. And it's really about whatever types of goals that you want to work on and the support that you're going to get in the Academy. So from health to home, family to finances, business to busyness, we tackle it all in the Academy. So no matter what your goals are, we use life editing every single month to help you get closer to your goals and achieve those great big goals that maybe you've been dragging your feet on for years and years. We do it all in the Academy, and I would love for you to apply right now. So you can apply. There's the link right there on your screen. And if you have any questions about the Academy, you can tag me in the comments, or you can send an email to sage@sagegrayson.com. Now, like I mentioned before, Life Editor Academy, this session is going to be completely virtual. As much as I would love to see you all in person, it's just not safe at this time. So we're going to have a virtual Life Editor Academy session for the next 5 months. And this is great because it's more accessible, especially to international folks, and it's less expensive than having to do the in-person retreats. So I hope you'll check out Life Editor Academy. Again, you can apply at this link right now. And before I let you go for this session, remember that there is a giveaway for every session of the Life Editor Weekend Virtual Retreat. And for this session, we're giving away a copy of my Edit My Life Planner and Video Bundle. So please make sure you like this video and leave a comment to enter the giveaway. All right, Life Editor, I will see you in the next session. Thanks for being here. Bye.